Good morning, YouTube. I didn't let anybody know I was coming in, so I'm just going to hold off, see if anybody's coming in. It's maybe a little bit early. There we go. Hey. Good morning, Neo. Good morning, Susie. Oh, got 11 and 1 like. 11-1. Good morning, Dawn, Jessica, Rachel Knox, Jessica Wilson, Miss Pen. Hello, guys. I'm coming in. It's just like really quick. I'm gonna say it's quick. We'll see. So Friday. Good morning, Emma, Steph, Emma Hughes. So Friday here in the UK, actually, there was a storm that hit. A storm called Storm Arwen. And I didn't even know the storm was coming. And loads of things have happened. So my husband phoned 12 o'clock on Friday to let me know that he'd had a blowout on the motorway. And we've got the storm coming. And my poor husband was stuck just to explain, I'm in a hotel room right now and I'll explain why. So I've got my little boy crawling about the floor. You all right, son? So my husband got a blowout on a very big road and was stuck there through most of this really bad storm. AJ, you have to be quiet for a little bit, darling, okay? All right, darling. And so he was stuck in the storm, in the dark, in the road. Do you know what I'll do? We'll go into the bathroom. Follow me. So I'll sit on the toilet, but I'm not like on the toilet. This storm comes and it's wild, like it's really, really bad. It knocks out the electricity. There are trees down, there are roads blocked. Are you okay, Rachel? Have you got electricity? And I've never really seen anything like it. I've never experienced anything like it. I live in an estate that has lots of beautiful trees, and we've lost lots of them. There's just damage everywhere. It's bad. So from Friday at 4:45, there's been no electricity, so we don't have heating or anything, right? Lights, anything. The first night, it was all right. We had candles and it was a little bit of a novelty. Saturday night, I was out celebrating. Now, I want to share this with you because this is about always trusting your intuition, right? So I haven't drunk for about 3 years, right? I just don't like drinking. I've never really want to drink, right? Just the thought of it turns my stomach. But on Saturday we were going to celebrate an engagement party of our friends, and I was like, I really want a gin. So I said to my husband, listen, will you drive? Because I really feel like I want to drink, right? So anyway, we go to this engagement party. There's actually electricity there. And I have 3 gins and I get a little bit, I think I'm funny now, but I'm really funny when I've got alcohol in my system. Anyway, we have a good time, we come home, electricity is still not on, right? Now in our house, we have a fireplace. Now we haven't lit the fire for 2, maybe 3 years. But we decide it's freezing, we're going to light the fire. So my husband goes, lights the fire, and what pursues next is horrific. So we can't see because we're in candlelight, but I'm like, it's getting a little bit smoky. And what happens next is the whole house fills with smoke. The chimney had been blocked with a bird's nest. So all the smoke is pouring into our house. And the bird's nest falls down into the fire. What then happens is all the flames shoot out of the fire and we nearly have a house fire. So my husband shouts, water, I get water, my friend takes it through, puts it on the fire. The alarms are going off, we have all the doors open, all the windows open. It's freezing. The house is full of smoke. It was horrific. It was really scary. And so I've never experienced anything like that. And because I'm spiritual, however you want to put it, I know that everything happens for a reason. So this is what's happened. On the Friday, we've had the storm. There's been devastation. My husband had a blowout on a really busy road, right? Very dangerous. During a crazy storm that has like taken things out. We don't have any power, we don't have any heating, we don't have any... by the way, I'm not giving you this to give you a sob story, right? Just there's a point to this. We've nearly had this horrific house fire, okay? And I've got in a little bit of shock. After it's all calmed down. And I was quite scared, actually, if I'm honest. I felt fear, and I'm not used to feeling fear. And I had to ask a very good friend, you know who you are, just to check, like, what is going on here? Because this is, like, horrific. And anyway, I have a friend help me out, thank you. Because I've had 3 gins, right? So now I'm like, that's it. I shouldn't have had a drink. I've let my guard down and beating myself up. But what I realise is, if I hadn't had them 3 gins, it was a free bar. My husband would have been 4 sheets to the wind, shall we say, right? And when lighting the fire, he wouldn't have had the same reactions that he had. His reactions would have been a lot slower. So if he hadn't had the quick reactions that he had, could be a completely different story at this moment in time. So everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I'm so... Okay, so let's take you on a bit. So we've had the storm. My husband's stuck on the motorway. He's had this blowout. We've nearly had this house fire, right? We got up the next day. There's still no electricity. Everybody's freezing. I'm concerned about, you know, the vulnerable people in the community. So I spend a lot of time trying to get through to the electricity provider because I've got a feeling. So they keep saying the electricity's coming on in 12 hours and they keep saying 12 hours. And I just know, I don't even think they found what the problem is yet, right? Because I'm intuiting into what's going on. Now, this note, I'm just going to, there's certain things that I can't say here, but I want you to read behind the lines of what I'm saying. Okay? So, for those of you who don't know, I stay quite close to Balmoral. Yes? And, you know, we've now been in this darkness. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is day 4. Um, so I just also want to bring that to your attention because I feel there's a big cleanup operation going on right now. And that's all I can really say on the matter. If you know, you know. So anyway, I phoned up. I've said, listen, have they found the problem? He's like, well, I can't really say. I'm like, they haven't found the problem here. So I'm like, right, well, what can I do for the vulnerable people in this community? I've got elderly people who don't have any heating. We've done what we can. We've put out our gas cookers and made sure, that I've went around all the neighbours, just making sure they're all right, particularly the elderly ones. And what they say is, well, you're entitled to £15 hot food a day, just send in the receipts. But you can also go and get alternate accommodation. So I started phoning around hotels in the area, and they're all getting booked up. But anyway, I get booked into one hotel, and that's where I am now. So I'm sitting in the toilet of a hotel. Because news came out yesterday that we're still looking at a good couple of days without any heating and electricity. And my husband has stayed at home to look after the pets and just make sure the neighbours and stuff are okay. So I just want to come in and give you a little bit of an update because I can't work just now. I can't work from a hotel toilet. So I've had to cancel session work. Obviously I can't get anything posted out just now. We were starting to get quite ill in the house because it was very, very cold. You'll hear that I've got a little bit of a throat and my nose is a little bit because it was just so cold. We just couldn't stay in the house anymore. So I just wanted you guys to know that I'm not about for a bit just because of the situation and everything that's happening. But intuitively, what's happening is a much bigger picture. And on the Saturday, I just felt all this darkness creep in. There was just darkness everywhere. And I understand now what is happening in the ethers. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here without me actually saying it? Rachel, you're back on. Right, okay, good. Listen, I'm okay, and I'm so grateful. I have the the money to be able to put myself up in a hotel. Me and my son, we're alive, we're well. I'm so grateful to have been looked after every step of this process. It just proves to me that, I follow my intuition at every step because even the strangest or the smallest of things that I am led to do, like having a gin, could save my life. So, I just, there's a lot of, there's a lot of like undercurrents going here. So there is, yes. So people are getting what I'm saying. So there's this, I don't think the queen bee of that that beehive is still here. Unfortunately or fortunately, my higher self's just saying, watch what you're saying. Anyway, and every time I tune in, I'm just getting this cat and mouse game. There's things ducking and diving. So I think it's all relative. I think everything that's happening is very, very, very relative. Well, I thought so, John, but I think it was October this year. I thought it was October the year before, but I think it happened October this year. Anyway, so a lot of messages I was getting last year. It's like it's taken a year to actually come into the physical. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of like freak weather happening where places, let's be clear here, there were roads closed here, there was, the airport was closed, and, if you think about it on a bigger scale, you're going to understand what I'm saying here. So, but also in the energetics of things, there was darkness that escaped that area and is being cleaned up. It's being cleaned up as we speak. So I'm just kind of camping out in the toilet here. Got a lovely room, and there's a swimming pool. So, it's not the worst of cases. We're having a mini holiday. But I'm holding the light for my community. I would have stayed there actually to help people out, but my boy has to be my first priority. So just to let you know, if you've sent me emails, if you put in an order, if you have a session, anything with regards to work at the moment is completely on hold for me. There is nothing I can do about it. It's completely out of my hands. But this is all beautiful. It's all a beautiful tapestry. And, we've been prepared for anything happening, actually. So, we've a generator, we've had camping stoves and solar panels and, spare food, spare water. There's all that there for us. It's not, and this is what I mean. And I'll tell you what else. So, just a little by the by. I've got cards with me. We'll pull a card. Wait, so I haven't done it. So once now I've locked the door. So once the Saturday, once all the lights has gone out, you okay, little man? Yeah. Okay. I had loads of candles, right? Because what I do. So I'd gone on to my backwards, my son to be in camera. I'd gone on to my wholesaler just to buy some more candles, and there's this pendant that my husband has. It's a dragon claw holding a crystal, and I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna buy some more of them. And 20 minutes later, he came up the stairs and he went, "That dragon claw necklace that you bought me just broke." I went, "It's okay, I ordered you another one half an hour ago." So we are all, please, if you can take anything from this, it is to follow your intuition, okay? Follow your inner guidance, because I don't know where I'd be right now. Okay, I've got some cards here. I took some cards with me because, the essentials that you need when you're leaving the home. I have angel sage spray because I need spray. There's a toilet roll. Hold on. So professional, guys. Because you need sage spray. I bought some new cards. So these are Frank's still about. In fact, do I hadn't heard Frank for a couple of days. Who said that? Oh, and I was like, this is before all this happened, and I said, Frank, can you let me know what you're about? And then I nearly had a fire in the house. So he's about. Frank is his own dragon, and from the first time Frank up and left me, he very much is just about when he gets called in or when I need him. He's not about all the time because he went through an ascension process. But that's a story for another day. Right, I don't know what these cards are like, but I really like them. I do have a few of these on my website. They're not up just now, but I will have them. I bought some new cards. Anyway, I love this. Beyond Lemuria Oracle Cards by Izzy Ivy. So let's have a look at these beauties. And I'm going to spray them because I don't have sage. I just really like the artwork. Oh, these are nice. Okay. Anyway, how is everyone? How's everyone else? How's everyone else doing? How are you all doing? Let me know how you are. And I got my clearer, of course I do. Clear. I like to go through all the cards first. So let me know how you are. Tell me in the comments. What are you guys up to? These are beautiful cards. What are you guys up to? What's happening? What's happening in the world where you are? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I like these. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. It's a beautiful dragon, that one. Ah, hello, Desiree. Thank you. Giselle, you're doing okay. It's a little bit chilly this morning in Leicestershire. Yeah. I tell you what though, when you don't have heating and you don't have electricity, I mean, I try to be grateful for everything I can every day. But the amount of people that I've heard say, you know, you don't know what you've got until you lose it. People take electricity and power and heat so much for granted, you know. So it's certainly bringing me to a place of you know, of absolute gratitude for all that I have. But we also have this really cold front coming in here, which is all good. Sending you love, Crystal Life Rose. Snow and Reading, yeah. Oh, very nice, Julie. You've cleansed and decluttered all day. Really, Mrs. Pen Pen? Unbelievable. Carol, yes, family members without power, definitely dark, clear out. Today, filling up flasks with hot water for the people in the sheltered housing. Thank you for doing that, Carol Murray. Although I think there should be buses just bussing people into hotels. I mean, what is going on? Anyway, rainy days. Oh, it's hot now in Melbourne after a couple of rainy days. Oh, the chat keeps disappearing. Wading through heavy, nasty energy. Yes, little Lauren, just you can do it. You can do it. Hello from Western Australia. It keeps disappearing. The chat keeps disappearing. You've already got these cards, VB. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a card, please. Let me just tune in a little second. Spirits high in Holland. Yeah, holding the light there. Thank you. Holland having none of this nonsense, by the way. Okay. Okay, I'm just setting the intention to work with these cards for the highest good of all, with love and light. Ask for the truth to be shown through these cards. For the highest good and the highest timeline, the highest of intentions, and so it is done. Thank you. Okay, so let's ask what's going on here with this. What's going on in my area? Can you give me a card to let me know? Energetically, spiritually, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's go sit in the bathroom pulling cards. Oh. So really interesting. So this card is root chakra, ground and center. 1, 2, okay. I'll show you first. A few interesting things about this card. During the COP, whatever number it is, I don't believe in global warming. Anyway, the Queen did a speech. I'm sure it was a green screen. And there was a, although this looks a little bit more like a moth than a butterfly, but there was a butterfly brooch, and beside her, a picture of her late husband full of butterflies. And I felt that was a really significant message that was being put out to the general public of, to wash my words here, but of transcendence. I thought that was a very public display, showing us of the transcendence of that. Okay, this is very interesting. We now have the same image at the bottom of here. And the root is all about the survival and the fear, and there's 3 layers to what's happening right now as I look at this. And you can see that could also be like butterfly energy, right? Let's see what the book says, because I'm interested. Foundations, grounding, basic needs, survival, physical identity, the place where we build our lives. Yeah. So it's like everybody's getting uprooted somehow, just kind of in general. But to me, this is just proof of what I was intuiting and trying to get to earlier on. There's been this transcendence, and there's a clearing happening within this area. So I would say that's pretty much what's going on. Let's pick a card for. We're doing some water. Let's pick a card for the energies of this week in the 3D, please. 3D energies of this week. Oh, God. And can we get the energetics of this week? So what's happening in the 5D then for this week? Let's see. This one? Okay, so this week then, yeah, so there's going to be something to do with the sun. We're probably going to be getting solar flares. Anyway, fire. In the 3D, and there are two different dragons, so there's clearing going on.
Where's the tissues?
Oh, here you go, baby. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we've got this this integration, actually, and this balancing with fire between our light and our night side. This very much feels like there's energy rising, but look how they're symmetrical, they're together, they're in balance, but there is fire rising. Okay, so it feels like it's going to be a week in the 3D of noise. Oh, Catherine, I was supposed to have one tomorrow, but I've had to cancel it. Okay, so in the 3D we have this, but we have this noise, but it's to bring balance. Okay, we have this fire happening, but it's to bring balance. But in the 5D, it's healing. Okay, so everything that's happening here, everything that's happening this week in the 3D noise is just there's healing happening on the higher aspect of it, okay? So don't focus on the fire, focus on the healing that is coming out of this, okay? Because, you know, as I've said about my situation, I've just gone into gratitude for it. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm seeing this like a little mini holiday, okay? So I'm looking at the healing aspect and not of the tragic aspect of it. And this is what we need to learn to get better at, okay? So these are the energies for the week. Does anybody have a question they would like me to ask the cards? AJ, baby, would you bring me a juice or something? Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you want, your chocolate milk?
Is there the can of water there? Does anybody got any questions they would like me to ask the cards? It's okay. Nobody can see you. Thank you. Love you. Okay, Crystal, I'm kind of meaning as a collective rather than anything personal, sweetheart. You can manifest anything that you want. No, I'm not doing anything personal today, guys. No, I'm just, if there's any collective questions, if anybody's got a collective question. Let's see what's going on in New Zealand, Natalie. I'll do that. He is. We're a good team, me and my boy. Okay. Clear. Okay. Card for New Zealand. When we do the 3D and the 5D for New Zealand. Right, 3D for New Zealand in this moment. And the 5D. Okay, so New Zealand right now is getting 7, the throat chakra. And they're going through this transformation process and having to rise in New Zealand. And I'm being told this is kind of where you are at present. Okay, see this little purple jewel? Like New Zealand are this little purple jewel, and they're going through this transformation process to the Merkaba, then to the butterfly, and then to the angelic, okay? But there's just, it's noisy, a lot of noise. It's a throat chakra, okay? Communication between communities is very important in New Zealand, and the people finding their voice, okay? In the what beautiful card. In the 5D for New Zealand is the energy of home. I'm just going to finish up in 10 minutes and I'll be through. Okay, baby? No, because we're going later on this afternoon. Okay, there's a toilet paper again. So, anyway, home is where the heart is. And look in here, it's like the galaxy. Okay, so there's something very spiritual in nature about New Zealand. It feels like a portal to the other worlds. It feels like a portal to the galaxies. It feels like a portal to this magical creation. Did you just open that door, AJ?
Yeah.
Can you not do that, please?
I just wanted to put a little candle.
Oh, right, okay, no bother. But there are galactic brothers and sisters like watching from the etheric to see all these eyes everywhere. I feel there's a huge galactic presence within New Zealand, within the etheric, holding the energies and supporting their family below. So that's what's happening in the ethers. Right, beautiful people, I'm going to go. I just wanted to quickly check in with you guys, actually, let you all know what was happening here. I'm going to go and see to the little man. So, I don't know when I'll be back on. I will see you when I see you. I love you all so much. Keep smiling. Keep shining. And, you know, the cleanup operation is on. If you remember, there was, you know, I got information that the purge was over and that the cleansing is going on. I very much believe that that is where we are, and that will be happening everywhere. It's not just happening here, okay? So keep your eyes peeled, your ears to the ground. Understand that, you know, it's so much bigger than we could ever imagine, and you're not gonna really see it in the 3D. It's something that you're having to intuit just now as to what's happening, okay? To try and, you know, I'm just hearing damage limitation, okay? That's what my higher self is saying. It's all about damage limitation at this point in time, and trying to keep as much people sane and safe as possible. So keep on keeping on. I love you, and I will see you when I see you, okay? Thank you for being here. Lots of